Alright, Jimmy, we're going to rob Pimtech. Pimtech is real? Just stick with me here, Jimmy. I saw a movie about it. I'm going to need you for the human capital you have to offer me. What's human capital? Human capital? Do you remember when Scott Lang was training to get the skills he needs to break into Pimtech?
To the keyhole, Scott. You charge big, you dive small, then you emerge big.
Useless. When your small energy's compressed, so you have the force of a 200-pound man behind a fist 1/100th of an inch wide, you're like a bullet. You punch too hard, you kill someone. Too soft, it's a love tap. In other words, you have to know how to punch.
I was in prison for 3 years. I know how to punch.
Show me. Terrible.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me.
That's how you punch.
Yeah, that's an example of human capital. Human capital is a part of entrepreneurs and the 3 factors of production. The 3 factors of production are land, labor, and capital, and the capital is broken down to 2 smaller parts, physical and human capital. Physical capital is an object that is used to make goods or services, and human capital is a knowledge or skill that a person possesses. So in this context, the suit is a physical capital, and Scott's ability to time when to get small or big is human capital. Okay, but why are we even doing this? What is there to gain? Money! There's money to gain! If we rob this place successfully, we'll be rich! How do you know we'll get rich? Because of the high demand for this product. Do you remember when one of the businessmen said that he would add 20% of the asking price if we got it first?
Dr. Cross, you sell to me first. 20% of your asking price. I can have the cash here in 2 weeks. Deal?
Yeah, that's an example of what demand can do. Demand is the want and ability to buy a product at a given range of prices at a given time. Higher the demand, the more they're willing to pay for the product. That showed that the demand to get the jacket first was high enough for the guy to pay 20% extra for it. But we could get caught, which is an opportunity cost we'll have to take. What's opportunity cost? Do you remember why Hank let Scott do the mission instead of Hope?
You know, I thought, with all that's at stake, just maybe we might have a chance of making peace. But even now, he still wants to shut me out.
He doesn't want to shut you out. He trusts you.
Then why are you here?
It proves that he loves you. Hope, look at me. I'm expendable. That's why I'm here. You must have realized that by now. I mean, it's why I'm in the suit and you're not. He'd rather lose this fight than lose you.
That's an example of opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is what you would have gained if you would have made the next best decision. For example, if Hank would have let Hope go instead of Scott, he would have had a less strained relationship and a better trained person doing the mission. However, the risk of losing her was too high, so letting Scott go instead was a better option for him. In this case, the opportunity cost was a better relationship with Hope and a more skilled person doing the mission. Okay, but why can't we just buy it from him? When he made his business, he asked himself the key 3 economic questions, and he decided not to make it available to the public. What's the key 3 economic questions? Do you remember when Hank was telling Darren not to sell the suit?
So a bit shocked.
Aaron, there's a reason that I buried these secrets.
So you finally admit it. We could have done this together, Hank, but you ruined that. That's why you're the past and I'm the future.
Don't do this.
That was an example of one of the answers to the key 3 economic questions. The key 3 economic questions are, what goods or services do I produce, how do I produce these goods or services, and who has access to the goods or services. In this case, Hank and Darren had 2 different answers to one of the questions, who has access to the goods or services. Darren wanted to make it available to all of the public for profit, but Hank wanted to not make it available to anyone because it would be safer that way. So if everything goes well, will we be able to sell this for a high price? Yeah, that's how we'll get rich. But wouldn't making it expensive drive away all the customers? Not if the suit is inelastic. What does inelastic mean? Do you remember the advertisement advertisement for Yellow Jacket?
It's time to return to a simpler age, one where the powers of freedom can once again operate openly to protect their interests. An all-purpose peacekeeping vessel, the Yellow Jacket can manage any conflict on the geopolitical landscape, completely unseen, efficient in both preventative measures and tactical assault. Practical applications include surveillance, industrial sabotage, and the elimination of obstructions on the road to peace.
That is one way to influence the elasticity or the inelasticity of a product. Elasticity describes how sensitive the quantity demanded is to a price change. If a product is relatively elastic, then a small change in price dramatically affects the quantity demanded. If a product is relatively inelastic, then a dramatic price change will still keep most of the quantity demanded. There are 5 factors that can affect how elastic a product is, and they are substitutes, proportion of income, luxury or necessity, addictive, and time. Without the advertisement, the Yellow Jacket would have been viewed more as a luxury, making the product elastic. This means that the small increase in price will drive away more customers proportional to the price change. But with the advertisement, the product is viewed more as a necessity, making the product more inelastic. This means that the increase in price will keep more customers proportional to the price change. Okay, but